thought that I would talk about high school. Yeah, anyone who knows me or follows me on Twitter or Facebook knows high school wasn't a good time for me. And one of my friends posted something about PE, like always dreading PE. And I remember I'd do anything to get out of PE, but it got me thinking back to high school and what I would do to try and like not go in, because I used to dread going into high school. Now this is a picture of me when I was at high school. That was my third day. It was my third day at high school, and since that day, oh, it was awful. And I remember trying to make myself sick so I didn't have to go in. I remember holding my head under the covers to try and give myself a temperature, so my mum would be like, oh, you're too hot, you must be sick, you don't have to go in today. My bed that I had in my room, it was like a wooden bed frame, and I'd put my arm over the edge and I would like push down on it to try and fracture my elbow, like, and hit down on it so that I would have to go to A&E for an x-ray instead of going to school. Yeah, oh, it was just awful. Like, thinking back, I'm like, why would I do these things? I'd like hit my head so I'd have a headache. Yeah, I'd try and make myself physically sick. Looking back, it just, I'm like, oh really? I was like, why did I let them get to me like that? But it's all like mental manipulation. And I'd never experienced like bullying before because my primary school that I went to was really small and everyone liked each other. I didn't have any issues in primary school. I loved primary school. And I didn't know how to deal with it. And I wish someone had told me, just like right from the start, just be like, whatever. I was like, that's what you think. But I didn't have the confidence to do that. And even now, if I hear someone said something about me, it'll play in my mind and I'm like, oh, that's what they think about me. And I wish I didn't think like that. And I wish I just would be like, oh, whatever, think what you want. But I was never taught how to deal with them and deal with being picked on, or God, I wish I could go back. Like, if I go back and look at that photo of me on my third day of high school, and we were standing in a line in the assembly hall to have our school photo taken, and I remember being like, whoa, there's like a lot of first years, like there's quite a lot of people, and the boy standing behind me, because were we standing in alphabetical order? No, we wouldn't have been. I'm not going to say his name, but I remember his name. And we weren't standing in alphabetical order because his last name is before mine. Anyway. Or was he standing? No, we were standing in alphabetical order because he was standing in front of me, come to think of it. Anyway. And he was saying things and he was like, oh, trees of this, trees of that. I know, it's like, oh, you're this, that, oh, and you're scared, and I was just standing there and I was like going all hot. And like looking back, I'm like, really? I was like, he's just being a dickhead. If I look back on it, I was like, why did I let this get to me? But anyway, and he would be like nudging me and like pushing me, and I'd be like, what the hell is going on? Like thinking in my head, oh my god, he hates me. Like he thinks that I'm like ugly and a swot and God knows what else. And I remember just being like, oh, get me out of this situation, and the whole panic, like looking back, I know it was like a panic attack basically. And I remember he went and had his photo taken. I'm like, oh, he's gone now, but I'm going to have to go back and he's in my class. So, and I was just like, oh, but he's gone and I'm going to get my photo taken. And, well, I want this to be a nice photo. It's like start of high school, you know, you want to remember these things. And if you look in the photo, you'll see why, and you can see how hurt I was. If you look in my eyes, I've got tears in my eyes, and you can see them in the photo, and that's my memory of high school. But if I could go back and tell that me, like, not to let it get to me, like, although it's easy to say now and it's easy to look back and say, oh, I wish I'd done that, back in that situation, maybe if I had experience being picked on maybe a bit in primary school and I learned to deal with it, you know, and not let it bother me, things would have been different. But I'm glad it happened, because I'm the person that I am now, and if that hadn't have happened, I wouldn't have had the experiences in life that I have. And I see all these posts about teenagers committing suicide because they were getting bullied. And I honestly believe, why should you give up your life because someone else has got a problem with you? And if in the future you meet people that picked on you, like I have, I've bumped into the people that made my life hell in high school, and I spoke to them about it openly. They're like, oh, what happened to you? I was like, well, I was getting picked on a lot, so I moved to high school, but then I ended up in a child and adolescent mental health unit, suffering from severe anxiety and depression from the age of, God knows, 14, 15, until quite recently. And they all say to me, I never knew that was happening. I never knew that you felt that way. And I honestly believe that in their heads, it doesn't click. They don't think that they're making your life hell. They think that they're just having banter or a laugh, or, you know, or it just doesn't click that it can have this effect on people. And I look what they've achieved and I look what I have achieved, and I'm like, well, in the long run, we've all got our own lives. Our paths don't really cross, and they've got their life, their children, their house, their family, and I've got my house and my family, you know. And in the long run, high school is just a small part of your life, and don't let that dictate your life like it has done mine. And like people that feel that they need to end their life because of what other people are saying or doing. Like, I admit what I experienced is nowhere near as bad as what other people are experiencing, and especially with social media and things like that wasn't really around when I was at school. So it is a far lot worse. But there's that block button. There's that report button. You know, block them on social media. And in school, just be like, you think that, and just go. And it is difficult. It's easier said than done, isn't it? But don't let other people think that your life isn't worth living.